and welcome to State of Events. I'm Lindsay Regis.
And I'm Ace Prado. Thank you for joining us today. Our top story tonight is the ongoing standoff between the School of Ethnic Studies and President Wong and his administration at San Francisco State University. First students have been on a hunger strike since last Monday. Michelle Gong is live at the Quad covering the strike. Michelle, what is the latest?
Well, Ace, here's what's going on. I'm standing here at the Quad at San Francisco State University where the strikers have just held their press conference earlier today. I came here to find everyone, from politicians to activists, standing in solidarity with them. Many gathered here at a press conference at the Quad to show their support for the 4 hunger strikers, including Danny Glover. Glover was a student protester in 1968 during the 5-month-long strike that eventually led to the establishment of the College of Ethnic Studies.
To change the narrative and to change the dialogue. That's what the Ethnic Studies program is about.
The College of Ethnic Studies is asking the administration for a budget of $8 million. Without it, the college stands to lose 40% of its faculty and 50% of its courses. The strikers have been camping out at the Quad for the past 8 days. Professor Grace Yu says that the college supports these students, but that health is their main priority.
We are amazed at the student commitment, but we're also concerned about the students' health. And they've gone now 8 days without eating. And we, as faculty, are concerned and hope that the administration can listen to the demands that the students have put forth.
Protester and student Akil Mestayer makes their demands to President Wong clear.
To San Francisco State University President Leslie Wong and Provost Sue Rosser. The hunger strike for ethnic studies demands that the negotiations around the $8 million needed to advance the College of Ethnic Studies begin immediately. We expect these negotiations to begin Monday, May 9th at 9 a.m. and conclude by Wednesday, May 11th at 11 a.m. or our tactics will escalate. We have the support of our student bodies, of our San Francisco community, and those of us fighting for social justice throughout the country and the attention of the nation. President Wong and Provost Rosser, this is an opportunity to be on the right side of history.
Now, President Wong and his administration have held their own press conference in response, and he has hinted that it will be nearly impossible to raise the budget for the College of Ethnic Studies. It is unclear when both sides will sit down and begin to compromise. The strikers plan to host a rally here tomorrow at 3 p.m. if President Wong does not respond. Reporting live from San Francisco, Michelle Gong, State of Events. Back to you guys in the studio.
And another hunger strike across town to get the SFPD chief Greg Sir fired is over. The Frisco 5 called off their 17-day hunger strike on Saturday. The group remains in UCSF Medical Center because of declining health. On Monday, a citywide protest against police brutality took place. Hundreds of protesters came to support the 5 hunger strikers. The group plans to circle City Hall throughout the day. An early voting rally is being postponed due to the protests. Democratic committee candidate John Gollinger says they decided to honor the Frisco 5 because they put their own bodies on the line.
A small earthquake rattled Central California Wednesday night. The 3.0 earthquake was felt 2 miles away from San Juan Bautista near San Luis Obispo. The San Andreas Fault is due for a major earthquake. The Southern California Earthquake Center shows how the shaking could be felt during an 8.0 earthquake. The last big earthquake was a magnitude of 7.9 in 1857. Experts in Long Beach will continue to alert and prepare for the next big one.
The California Assembly passes a gender-neutral restrooms bill. The new law requires all single-stall public restrooms to be gender-neutral. California Assembly members voted 52-18 in favor of the proposal from Democratic Assemblyman Phil Ting. He says it will help transgender people, parents with kids of different genders, and adults caring for aging parents. This proposal applies to all businesses in California, including state and local government buildings. 3 other states have considered proposals to open gender-neutral single occupancy stalls. California has been the first state to get the bill passed.
San Francisco State students voted to pass a transit referendum. A Getter Pass will provide SF State students unlimited rides on Muni buses and light rail after paying a $180 fee. Students will save about $25. Other local universities like University of San Francisco already offer discounts for Muni, but San Francisco State will be the first university to include discounts on BART. The university will upgrade student ID cards. The discount still needs to be approved by Associated Students and California State University Chancellor Timothy White.
The widow of a Marin County yoga teacher shot dead testified about the last time she saw her husband. Lakita Carter told the judge that her husband left their Marin County home around 3:30 on October 5th. He was found a few hours later shot to death near a hiking trail. The testimony occurred during a hearing to determine whether there's enough evidence for Leila Aligold and Morrison Lampley to stand trial for the murders of Carter and Audrey Carey. Both Aligold and Lampley faced life sentences if convicted. The third defendant, Sean Angold, pleaded guilty and will be testifying against the two. Lakita Carter was the only witness called today. The preliminary hearing will continue in the fall.
The Oakland City Council voted unanimously and placed the soda tax in the November ballot. Oakland Vice Mayor Ann Campbell Washington states that Oakland needs a dedicated revenue stream to combat huge companies that market soda and sports drinks. Officials say that if the tax is approved, money will go to the city's general fund and pay health and education programs in schools. Some supporters in San Francisco are looking forward to place a soda tax in the ballot. According to SF Gate, supporters of the tax tried to collect signatures in 2014 and failed. After the break, we will find out how much Zynga is sold.
Claudia is a pre-med student in search of a global health experience. She desires a program abroad that provides cultural immersion. Claudia wants a credible program that affirms her interest in the medical field. Most importantly, she seeks an international, community-based health program. Claudia finds herself with Child Family Health International. How will you distinguish yourself? Visit cfhi.org.
Donate to Habitat for Humanity Greater San Francisco and let your change become the change a family needs. Habitat for Humanity Greater San Francisco, building homes and hope in Marin, San Francisco, and the Peninsula.
A Southern California high school student was devastated when she opened her school yearbook. She was embarrassed and hurt to find the name Isis Phillips printed next to her photo. Bayan Zaliff says that she found it coincidental that she was mistaken for Phillip, a former student whose name is widely associated with the terror group. A Los Osos high school tweet says they are taking every step possible to correct and investigate a regrettable misprint. The high school continues to apologize, saying they failed to check each name carefully. They are working with the district office to resolve this situation. Over 200 yearbooks have been distributed throughout the high school. The student will not return to school until the issue is resolved appropriately. The U.S. Mint will develop a new pink coin. It aims to promote breast cancer awareness and raise money for the cancer research. The pink coin will be part of a set of 3 coins, including the silver dollar and half-dollar coin. A contest will be held by federal officials to discover a new design for the pink coin. A portion of the proceeds will be donated to a nonprofit breast cancer research foundation in New York. This is the first time in the U.S. Mint will use a formula to give a coin a pink color. These coins will be released in 2018.
Help wanted signs are posted all over San Francisco, and for the first time, these signs are staying up. According to ABC7, restaurants owners cannot pay employees to live in the city since the cost of one bedroom is around $3,000. Many employees are quitting restaurant industry and applying jobs at tech startups and Uber. According to the company that created Farmville and Words, is on for sale. Now the building is on sale for $540 million. The company had a hard time transitioning to mobile apps and laid off approximately 3,000 employees. Zynga announced that we'll have a huge comeback with 8 games, including a Willy Wonka game.
And for more world news, let's go to our national news correspondent, Haley Vetterline.
Hello, I'm Haley Vetterline, and this is your week's world news update. At least 28 people are reported to have been killed in an airstrike on a refugee camp in rebel-held northern Syria. Images on social media showed tents destroyed at the Kamuna camp near Sabmana in Idlib province, close to the Turkish border. Some reports say the attack was by Syrian or Russian warplanes, but this has not yet been confirmed. The strike comes a day after the extension of a truce that was confirmed between the Syrian military and the non-jihadist rebel forces. Alberta, Canada is under a state of emergency as the massive wildfire that forced 100,000 people to evacuate is growing and approaching the neighboring neighborhood of Saskatchewan. Right now, the fire is the size of Hong Kong and has produced so much smoke that even people in Florida can see it. The massive wildfire could double in size because of the dry and windy weather. Many of the evacuees are staying in Edmonton. A downpour almost 25% bigger than New York City would be needed to tame this fire. This fire has displaced about 88,000 people and wiped out at least 1,600 structures. Austrian Chancellor Werner Faymann has resigned after losing the support of Social Democratic Party colleagues. Mr. Faymann came to power in 2008, but has faced criticism within his party since the far right won the first round of presidential elections last month. He told the news conference that Austria needed a chancellor who had his party fully behind him. Deputy Chancellor Reinhold Mitterlerner is now going to take over as chancellor on an interim basis. Mr. Mitterlerner, who is the leader of the junior party in the governing coalition, sees no need for fresh elections. And that is it for this week's World Update. Lindsay, Ace, back over to you.
Coming up, we'll find out the latest updates in the world of politics.
Claudia is a pre-med student in search of a global health experience. She desires a program abroad that provides cultural immersion. Claudia wants a credible program that affirms her interest in the medical field. Most importantly, she seeks an international, community-based health program. Claudia finds herself with Child Family Health International. How will you distinguish yourself? Visit cfhi.org.
Welcome back to State of Events. 2016 has given us what some undoubtedly call the most unique presidential race in United States history. For the rundown on the most breaking news for the world of politics, we turn to State of Events reporter Michael Overby. Michael, why might some call this race unique?
Well, Lindsay, unique might be a euphemism for some, but one thing we can all agree on is the importance of the next several months in regards to the future of the country. Since our last election update, 2 of the 3 Republican presidential candidates have suspended their campaigns, Ted Cruz and John Kasich, after the sweep of Eastern primaries by frontrunner Donald Trump. Due to their decisions, Donald Trump is now the presumptive Republican candidate for the presidency of the United States. This now leaves only 3 people left running for the position: Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, and Bernie Sanders. Trump's presumptive nomination has caused unrest and division among the Republican Party, with several figureheads, most notably Speaker of the House Paul Ryan. Congressman Ryan says he just isn't ready to support Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, however, has his eyes on the general election and looks forward to taking on the Democratic nominee. On the left side of the aisle, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton still holds a commanding lead on Senator Sanders. During the Eastern primaries, she managed to win 4 of the 5 states that were up for grabs. That puts Clinton at 1,708 pledged delegates to Sanders' 1,407. Senator Sanders has struggled with closing the gap between he and Clinton, but has promised that he will remain in the race until the final primary. Today's primaries will take place in Nebraska for Republicans and in West Virginia for both of the respective parties. For us here in California, our primary will take place on June 7th. Now, California's closed primary system means that if you are registered under a party, you can only vote for candidates of that party. If you wish to switch your party affiliation to vote in the primary, however, you still have time. May 23rd will be the last day to register. That's all for the election update. Back to you guys.
And now we're here with Victor to tell us about the Warriors.
Thank you, Lindsay. There is no question what the Golden State Warriors accomplished in the regular season and what they're doing in the postseason will go down in history as one of the most successful NBA teams in league history. In the past, Golden State has had to overcome many challenges, just like these Warriors.
It's tough, and we are struggling.
The Golden State Road Warriors agree with head coach Paul Jackson. The team is struggling financially, which has begun to affect their performance on the court.
You know, we've always been one of the top teams, and playing some of the other top teams that's how your team gets better, and that's how you move up in rankings, and that's how you have a better opportunity of winning national championships.
But also not being able to spend money on recruiting players caused the 10-13 Road Warriors to finish their worst season in the last 25 years.
Take the 2-man away.
In the past 5 seasons, the Golden State Warriors have given the Road Warriors a $5,000 donation to help cover the team's expenses. As you can see in this graph, back in the early 2000s, the team had multiple sponsors, which helped the Road Warriors raise more than $25,000 per season. But today, that's not the case.
We would love to be able to have our full season funding without doing as many individual fundraising and different things like that to raise the funding.
The Road Warriors have been around since 1976, so they understand the team's financial troubles don't lie only on the grant they received from the Warriors. About 10 years ago, the team lost major financial contributions from American Airlines and the Coca-Cola Company.
You know, we want to reestablish that relationship with, you know, say an airline company, a car rental company, something like that.
The Road Warriors have demonstrated that when the team is fully funded, they can perform. Back in 2001 and 2004, they won 2 national titles. The players believe they're very marketable and can provide something to the community other than basketball, since they've had to overcome many personal challenges.
State of Events reached out to the Golden State Warriors, but unfortunately with the NBA playoffs going on, the franchise wasn't able to comment on the matter. But Gil did tell me both the Warriors and the Road Warriors are working together to find the team new sponsors. The Road Warriors have had to reduce the amount of games they play in a calendar year from 40 to 20 for financial reasons. The team needs roughly about $30,000 to get by a full season. Next season, they'll be looking to bounce back and reclaiming their spot as one of the top 5 teams in the National Wheelchair Basketball Association. Now let's go to Jerry.
MVP, MVP, MVP. Steph Curry has officially been named the BECA 2015-2016 Most Valuable Player for the 2nd straight year. And typical Curry, he couldn't have done it without breaking a record. Steph Curry has become the first unanimous MVP in NBA history. The 11th player to win it back-to-back years, Curry produced some ridiculous numbers, scoring over 400 three-pointers during regular season, averaging over 30 points and leading the league with 2.1 steals per game. This is what the MVP had to say.
This is an unbelievable honor. I want to thank everybody for being here to celebrate this with me. It's been a very fun year. Obviously, we've accomplished a lot, and to obviously be in the middle of a playoff run and out here competing and striving for another banner to kind of stop and celebrate all that went into going into this award. You know, it is definitely special. I want to be able to take that time to celebrate it and thank the people that have helped me get here.
It had been about 2 weeks and 1 day since Steph Curry had played a game after that knee injury suffered in the series against the Rockets. Steve Kerr has stated he expected Curry to play just about 25 minutes. We go to Portland. Curry doing a little pregame warm-up. Looks good there. Stationary bike, making sure he's getting loose. We go straight to the fourth quarter where Stephen Curry with the handles. Woof, woof, woof. Oh, ridiculous with the pick and roll pass to Draymond and the slam. Nasty slam by Draymond Green. Here comes Curry to Harrison Barnes with the three. Bang. Tied up with less than a minute to go. Overtime. We'll have to settle this one. Curry, MVP time. Off the board and in. Steph Curry, Draymond Curry. 3 years later, Steph Curry would finish overtime with 17 points, an NBA record. Never seen anything like that before. Steph Curry would finish the game with 40 points. Here's another one from way downtown. Yes, Steph Curry, again, just a ridiculous 17 points scoring, overscoring the Portland Trailblazers by, they only had 15 points. Here's Paul, the owner of the Trailblazers, very surprised. And Curry here saying, I'm here, I'm back. The MVP, Riley's dad, he's back. Now on to MLB. The Giants suffered yet another loss behind Jake Peavy, although the right-hander threw well, but the Giants could not get their bats going, while the Oakland Athletics suffered a stomping. Another rough start for Sonny Gray, allowing 7 runs in 3 2/3 innings pitched. Game 5 of the series tomorrow at Oracle Arena. A series that has been very entertaining will hopefully be over as the Warriors will try to close this one out. The Sharks take on the Predators in Game 7 at the Tank in Round 2 of the Stanley Cup's playoff. Switching gears a little bit, professional athletes don't always look professional. Anton Lachtel will show you how in our new segment, NBA. Anton.
Well, with the NBA regular season officially over, now it's a time to reflect back on the year and see professional athletes not doing what they do best. We call this segment NBA, Nobody's Beneath Accidents. Let's go. First one, James Harden not doing what they call defense. Look at that, just standing still. And Dwight Howard saying, you think I'm the reason we lost? Carmelo Anthony forgetting how to play basketball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's not going to work right there, Melo. Here's a good one. Ramon Sessions getting a handful of, right there. Can't say that word on TV. But here's one. Check out Andre Iguodala on the Warriors bench. After that dunk right there, he's going to get up and he likes to cha-cha. Hey, one more time right there. Andre Iguodala with the nice dance move. Mike Scott. Dude, you're supposed to pass it in right here. That's not going to work right there. Here's another one. Tim Duncan with the sweet bank shot. Not right off the side of the backboard. Kenneth Reed, this is not what they meant when they said use your head. Takes one off the dome right there. And we used to do this in high school right here. This is my favorite one. Tabletop. I think Rondo pushed him right there. Well, I hope you enjoyed the segment. Remember, if professional athletes can screw it up, you can screw it up better. Back to you guys.
Up next on State of Events, find out who is inspiring high school athletes.
There are many important days in your child's life. Their first birthday, their first big game, their first day of school. Choosing the right school for your child sets them on a path for success. Apply on time. It's for your family's future.
I want to talk to you today about Habitat for Humanity Greater San Francisco and how it changes lives. Jake wanted to give another kid a chance to grow in his community while volunteering on the construction site of a Habitat home. His mom, Kathy, was inspired by her son's example. She donated her time and her money. Joyce and her kids are looking forward to a better tomorrow. See how your contribution is changing lives. Habitat for Humanity Greater San Francisco, building homes and hope in Marin, San Francisco, and the Peninsula.
In your lives, you make investments. Investments to learn. Investments for health. Investments with others. Investments to grow. Come grow with the Y.
California is considering lifting a mandatory statewide water conservation order. On May 18th, the Water Resources Control Board will decide to lift a conservation target. El Nino storms brought some snow and rain, but now Water Board Chairman Felicia Marcus says that's not enough. California is moving into a drier future from climate change. The state needs to decrease the amount of water used to prepare for the years ahead. Almost 90% of California remains in some level of drought. Governor Jerry Brown ordered the mandatory statewide conservation last year.
Now we go to correspondent Maya Church for weather and more on the California drought.
Thanks, guys. This week we can expect the weather to be pretty consistent. As you can see, temperatures will remain cool in the low to mid 60s. We will intermittently have some sunshine, but I recommend keeping a sweater with you. If you were hoping to catch some sun rays this weekend, I suggest heading inland where neighboring cities will have temperatures up to 20 degrees higher. In other weather and environmental news, the California drought is in its 5th year. While the drought is less severe thanks to El Nino storms, Governor Jerry Brown announced Monday the drought is far from over. Brown is releasing an executive order to California which will permanently prohibit wasteful practices such as hosing off sidewalks, driveways, and other hardscapes, washing automobiles with hoses not equipped with a shutoff nozzle, and watering lawns in a manner that causes runoff. According to the governor's announcement, experts expect California droughts to be more common and persistent due to climate change. This executive order comes after many communities have moved away from water-conserving practices. Back to you guys in the studio.
And now we'll leave you with this heartwarming story. Frances Cunningham is aspiring high school girl with her passion for softball, and everyone calls her Grandma. The 96-year-old watches all the games at Livermore High School. Frances was hospitalized earlier this year, but regained her strength and showed up to the first game. On May 17th, Livermore High School plays San Ramon's California High, and you know Grandma will cheer for her. And that is all we have today.
Thank you for watching State of Events.